dear students, and welcome back to the session. So in the last session we were discussing about a cell, right? So we had derived expression for electric current, and we had discussed regarding few different important definitions, that is EMF and also internal resistance of a cell. Now in this session let us learn how to combine the cells, right? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ EMF ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಕೂಡ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ EMF and also effective internal resistance. So let's start our discussion. Combination of cells, which means we are combining cells to get effective EMF and as well as effective internal resistance, right? So combination of cells alli many types are there, right? But the very fundamental combinations we will see, that is the series combination and parallel combination. If you have gone through the previous sessions, right, if you have learned the combination of capacitors and as well as combination of resistors, then these derivations will be very easy for you, because the same phenomenon or the same concept we will be using here to combine the cells. Only the difference is there we had used capacitors and resistors, right? Series ಮತ್ತೆ parallel combination ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಲೇಟರ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೆಲ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದರಿಂದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ EMF ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ these derivations are very important and these carries 5 marks each. 5 marks each derivation. So very first derivation examination alli yav riti avar question kelbodu, they may ask you to derive an expression for effective EMF and effective internal resistance when two different cells, andre unidentical cells, when they are connected in series alli connect ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ EMF ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ವೆನ್ ಡು ವಿ ಸೇ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಸೆಲ್ ನ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್. ಒನ್ ಬಿಗ್ಗರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಲೈನ್ parallel ಆಗಿ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, so this symbol represents a cell. Okay, so don't get confused it with ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಎರಡು ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಲೈನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ C, ರೈಟ್? ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಜಿಗ್ಜಾಗ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ this is called as resistor, right? But if there is one lengthier line and a small line, right? Lengthier line represents the positive terminal of the cell, the small line represents negative terminal of the cell. So this symbol represents a cell. Okay, so ಈ cells ನ ನಾವು series ಅಲ್ಲಿ combine ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, okay, so series combination ಅಂದ್ರೆ we know end to end combination. Series ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ you always remember this word, end to end connection. ಎಂಡ್ ಟು ಎಂಡ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಎಂಡ್ ನ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಎಂಡಿಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಓಕೆ, ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಆರ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಸೆಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಟು ಎಂಡ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಎಂಡ್ ನ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಎಂಡಿಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ cells in series, right? So cells in series alli ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, let's just consider two cells. Okay, two cells na fundamental ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, I'll show you how the cells will be connected in series, right? So the first cell say this is the first cell which is having EMF E1 and internal resistance R1. Okay, since it is the first cell, it will be having EMF E1 and internal resistance R1. Notations ನೀವು note ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. First cell ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 1 ಇಂದ denote ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay, so let us assume this cell is between the points A and B. Okay, so one end of this cell I am connecting it to another end of the second cell. Let us say this is the second cell which is having EMF E2 and internal resistance R2. Let us say this is lying between the points B and C. Okay, so second cell ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ notations ಏನಾಗಿದೆ change ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ EMF ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ internal resistance ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So since it is the second cell, I have just represented it by 2. Okay, so series ಆಗಿ combine ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? You can see the negative terminal of the first cell is connected to the positive terminal of the second cell. Andre one end of the first cell is connected to another end of the second cell, or end of one component is connected to another end of the second component. Okay, so if this is the combination, then we say that cells are in series. Okay, now when cells are in series, suppose if I draw the direction of the electric current which will be established when it is connected to an external circuit. External circuit ಗೆ connect ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ electric current ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ establish ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? We know that current will be always in the direction of the flow of positive charges. Andre it will originates from the positive terminal, right, and terminates towards the negative terminal. So ಈ cell ಇಂದ ಯಾವ್ರಿಂದ originate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? From here it will originate and it terminates towards this. And for this cell, the current will be originating from here and it will terminate towards this. So this will be the direction of the flow of current, right, from C to A. Okay, so the consideration what I am telling in words, make sure you write it in words when you are doing it in the examination. Derivation, ಯಾವುದೇ derivation ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? You should draw a neat labeled diagram first and then write the complete consideration in words. Okay, which will carry good marks for you in the examination. So let's write all the consideration what I have done here in words. Also assume that the potential difference, I talked about the current and EMF and internal resistance, but what about the potential difference? Let us assume at point A the potential difference is VA, at point B the potential difference is VB, at point C the potential is VC. Okay, so these are the potentials at respective points. Now if I consider the potential difference for the first cell, okay, so let us consider the potential difference between the positive and negative terminals of the first cell. Okay, so idralli first cell yavdu? This is the first cell, right? So potential difference andre enagutte? Point A hatra potential VA ide, point B hatra potential VB idre, ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ potential difference ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, let us write it or denote it by the potential difference between point A and B, that is VAB, which is equals to the potential at point A minus potential at point B, right? In terms of EMF and internal resistance now baradre, right? So we know the equation for terminal potential difference, right? What is that equation? E minus I into R. This is the expression for terminal potential difference that I had discussed in the last session. Since it is for this terminal potential difference is for the first cell. First cell alli EMF enagide? It is E1, so we will denote it as E1. Current remains the same, right? The flow of current remains the same, so current value will not change. I remains the same. Since internal resistance for the first cell is R1, so I will denote this as R1. So this is the total terminal potential difference between the point A and B. ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸೇ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1. Okay, now similarly if I consider the potential difference for the second cell, right, same equation, same sentence barutte. This is for the second cell. Second cell ಗೆ ನಾವು potential difference na calculate ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, you can see in the diagram the second cell is lying between the points B and C, right? So potential difference between the points B and C is simply equal to the potential at point B minus potential at point C. So this can be written as, in terms of EMF and internal resistance, we know since it is for the second cell, EMF of the second cell should be considered, that is E2, minus current remains same, since the current value is flowing across the combination is same, so I remains same. And what about the internal resistance? That has to be considered for the second cell, so R2. Let us consider this as equation number. So now in the third step, I'll be considering the total potential difference across the points A and C, right? So total potential difference ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Total potential difference, I can write it as VAC, right? Because it is between the points A and C. That will be the total potential difference. This will be equal to the sum of the potential difference between point A and B plus the potential difference between point B and C. So this can be written as VA minus VB plus VB minus VC, right? So since I have already derived what is VA minus VB and VB minus VC, I'll just substitute, replace those terms here. VA minus VB can be replaced from equation 1, that is E1 minus I into R1 plus the VB minus VC can be replaced from equation 2, that is E2 minus I into R2. Okay, simplifying this further, taking the common terms, that is EMF separately and internal resistance term separately, I can write it as E1 plus E2 minus I into, since I is common in both the terms, I'll take it out, and R1, sorry, galat kari, minus I into R1 plus R2. Right, when you simplify this, you'll get this equation. So this is the potential, total potential difference between point A and C. So let us consider this as equation number 3. Now in the next step, what I do, I'll compare this equation, I'll compare this potential difference with that of one equivalent cell. Now what is this one equivalent cell? One equivalent cell is a single cell which gives the same effective EMF as that of the combination of cells. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಏನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ EMF ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ EMF ಬರೀ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ನ ನಾವು ಈಕ್ವಿವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, so let us denote it by E equivalent. Okay, and the internal resistance of such cell can be denoted as R equivalent. Okay, and the current which is drawn from this cell will be the same current which can be drawn as that of the combination of the cells. Now let us consider this cell is lying between the points A and C. Okay, now if I take the potential difference, terminal potential difference across the terminals of this equivalent cell, okay, considering the terminal potential difference, ಈ equation 3 ನ ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, I am replacing it by this equivalent cell, and if I consider the terminal potential difference of this equivalent cell, okay, so that equation can be written as the potential difference, just to make you understand that this is the potential difference of equivalent cell. Okay, So potential difference for equivalent cell can be taken as, since the equivalent cell is lying between the points A and C, so I'll denote it as VAC. VAC will be equivalent to, in terms of EMF, E. E equivalent anta denote ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ EMF na, so E equivalent minus current is same, so I will write as it is, and R equivalent. So this will be the potential difference which we will observe for this equivalent cell. Okay, so let's consider this as our equation number 4. Now on comparing equation number 3 and 4, comparing equations 3 and 4, ಯಾಕೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? You can clearly observe the left hand sides of the equations are equal, then right hand sides of the equations can also be equated. Therefore I'll just equate these two equations. E equivalent minus IR equivalent is equals to this equation, that is E1 plus E2 minus I into R1 plus R2. Okay, so observe this equation. When you observe this equation, let us say this is our equation 4. In this equation 4, you can clearly equate both the left hand side and right hand side, and combining these two equations you can write the expression for effective EMF or equivalent EMF as E1 plus E2, right? ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ EMF ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ? ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ E1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ E2 ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ R ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು R1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ R2, right? Which means whenever we are connecting or combining the cells in series, ಅಂದ್ರೆ end to end connection ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ಸೆಲ್ ನ ಅನ್ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಂಡ್ ಟು ಎಂಡ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದರಿಂದ EMF ಗಳು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಿ ಸಮ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ E1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ E2 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸೋ ಆನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗೆಟ್ ಸಮ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್. Suppose here for simplification I have just considered two cells. Instead of two cells, if you imagine n number of cells, 3, 4, 5 so on up to n, then EMF will just get summed up, E1 plus E2 plus so on up to plus En. Similarly internal resistance will also get summed up, R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus so on up to Rn, right? Which means clearly whenever the required effective EMF is of larger amount and we have practically with us a smaller amount of cells, then what we need to do is just sum it up or combine it in series. The EMF gets add up and you can get the large amount of EMF which is required for your practical application. So these equations you can extend it up to n number of cells, right? Like En plus so on up to plus Rn. Okay, so this completes the derivation, because what was the purpose of this derivation? To derive the expression for effective EMF and as well as effective internal resistance when they are connected in series. So this, if you come to this equation, this will carry complete 5 marks. Okay, in for few simple steps you have to remember this derivation. I'll just tell you in glance. Do remember this. Very first step is to consider the diagram by considering two cells in series connection, that is end to end. ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇಂದು ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿನ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಎರಡೂ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ 3 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿಗರ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಅನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಆ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಗೆ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ದ ಫೈನಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್. ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬರೆಯೋದೇ ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, E equivalent is equals to E1 plus E2 ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬಹುದು and R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರು enough. Okay, one more thing you remember, sometimes they will specify that how many number of cells you should consider. Sometimes they will specifically ask you when 3 cells are connected anta. 3 cells anta keldaga in the consideration itself you should draw 3 cells and follow the same steps to derive the expression for 3 cells. Okay, do remember this and make sure when you read the question you read it carefully. If they haven't specified how many number of cells, then better you just go by only considering 2 cells. That is enough. Okay, so this is about series combination of cells. Now in the next session we will be discussing about the cells when we combine it in parallel. What happens to its effective EMF and also effective internal resistance.